What I find so attractive about you is that the other guys don't want you. You're not talking to me like that. Today I'm going to be ranking funny backhanded compliments that I saw on Reddit. Some of these are actually diabolical, bro. So we got a tier list here. We got, you probably didn't mean it. I'm gonna let that one slide. What do you mean by that? Dang, bro, that's how you feeling? You're not talking to me like that. Nah, bro, we gotta take this outside. I'm also doing an exclusive Savage comeback video, so you guys can pick your favorite backhanded compliment and then think of a really creative comeback to it. And don't hold back either. Y'all can make stuff up. Talk about that ugly baby they might have. Talk about how their girlfriend might have just cheated on them. Think of a comeback that might make them cry on the spot. And I'm gonna pick my favorite one and I'm gonna make a video about it and put that on my Patreon. There's a Google form in the description where you can put your comebacks and then I'll make a video on it. And without further ado, let's get right into it. My ex used me as an example of unconventional beauty, saying that he loved me despite my features, not because of them. Dang, bro, that's how you feeling? If somebody told me they loved me despite my features. Yeah, babe, your nose is so wide that I had to knock down all the door frames in the house, but I still love you despite that. Babe, whenever you go to the movies together, I have a panic attack because the lights go off and then I can't find you anymore. But then that makes me remember how much I love you because I can't stand being away from you. But even though you have a carpet on your head and I hate carpet, you're still my sugar bear. My goodness, I'm glad it says ex, because if you're taking that from your current boyfriend, that's crazy. An old female friend who I suspected had a crush on me for the longest time decided to come clean and confess by saying verbatim, "You're the only person of color whom I've ever found attractive."
Hey, yo, what the?
Wow, thanks for insulting every person of color to ever exist. I hate people sometimes. That isn't a compliment to me. What do you mean by that? I would literally be speechless. I wouldn't even know what to say to that. It would be more awkward than an episode of You if we couldn't hear Joe's inner thoughts. Joe? Is that you? Is that me? Were you about to, oh, you disgusting pervert. Gosh, Joe, you're in my apartment. I never even gave you my address. My door has 3 locks on it. What are you doing? Say something, Joe. I'm calling the police. You lost so much weight. You just need to lose 20 pounds more to look presentable. I had just reached a normal/healthy BMI. I felt bad. Presentable is crazy. Dang, bro, that's how you feeling? Just coming out the gates like that? What? Thank you for recognizing my weight loss, but dang, like, I don't look presentable? And 20 pounds is a lot of weight. Even saying, oh, you lost so much weight, keep going, that's still crazy, but like, this is to the extreme. How could somebody even say that to somebody and think that's okay? Especially since they reached a normal and healthy BMI. You're beautiful, but not as your sisters. What? That's not even a compliment for real. It's like if you were like reaching for help, you're about to fall off a cliff and then I grab you, I pull you up and then I spit on you as soon as you get on your feet. How is that supposed to make me feel? I'd rather you just ask for my sister's number. We gotta take this outside. You look like you're married. Why? Because you're really handsome, but look like you let yourself go. I mean, I'm gonna let that one slide because I don't really think she meant harm by that. It's like a wake-up call. Yeah, bro, you look good, but you can't continue down this path. You gotta lock in. Like, you know, she's not really trying to hurt your feelings, but she's like, yo, put the 6-pack of beer down and pick the minoxidil up. She's trying to help you out low-key. If you're letting yourself go, I mean, I would want somebody to tell me, but in a respectful way. Like this, she called me handsome, you know, telling me that's not over for me, but she's definitely like waking me up from whatever I was going through. So I'm gonna let that one slide. You look better from further away, or you look good in the dark. I would rather hear you look good in the dark. Imagine I'm walking and somebody sees me and they're like, dang, who is that? That's a handsome dude. And they get close to me, they're like, yuck. You know, that just didn't need to be said. It also depends on how they say it. Ugh, you look way better from further away. That's crazy. Then we got to take this outside. If they deliver it in a different way, I'm trying to think about how they can say it that wouldn't be as hurtful. You know, the lighting over there, way over there, is a little bit more flattering compared to this cold, unwelcoming, dark light, you know? So yeah, you look better over there, but it's the lighting, bro. The lighting. I never wanted to have children, but I'm glad I had you. Yeah, buddy, you were an accident, but I guess it paid off. Yeah, bro, when your mother told me she was pregnant, I immediately ran up to the ledge of the tallest building in the city and it took 5 cops to talk me down off of it. Throughout the months, your mother would tell me that you would be kicking her in her stomach. Meanwhile, I was plotting to kick her down the stairs. But we had you. Yay. Hearing that from a parent, what do you mean by that? I mean, I know what you mean by that. I clearly know what you mean by that. Sorry for anybody who had to hear that from a parent, because that's a lot more common than you think. You're half Mexican? Honestly, I couldn't tell because you're actually pretty. What? Me personally, I wouldn't let somebody disrespect my entire ethnicity like that, so I hope the person that submitted this post taught them a lesson. I would have gave them a triple order of knuckle sandwiches with a can of whip. I know I could get someone beautiful, but I'd rather have you. So not only are you implying that the person that you're with is not beautiful, but also at any point in time, if I decide that I would rather not be with you, I could go get somebody that is beautiful. I can leave at any time and find somebody that actually looks good, but you know what? I'm gonna just settle down with you. Just spat in their face. We would have to take that outside, if I'm being honest. I'm fighting them and then I'm leaving the relationship. That is crazy and nobody should ever have to hear those words. You're pretty when you cry. Him after the abuse, which made me cry. Goodness gracious, that is probably the most villainous thing that I've read. Yo, I gotta pull a Mr. Krabs and wipe my eyes off after seeing that. Cause what did you just say to me? He's abusive, so we probably can't beat him in a match. So taking it outside, might as well keep it inside because we're fighting anyway. If I say you're not talking to me like that, you can be like, what'd you say? Yes, I am. There are supervillains like this walking the earth casually, like blending in among us. But wait, that's not it. Another supervillain. My ex-husband literally went missing, cheated on me, and came home and said nothing. He locked himself in the bathroom and watched porn on full volume. Later, when he decided he wanted to talk about it, he came out of the bathroom and just started telling me about why the girl he slept with was worth it. Things like, she's such a good mom, she's so beautiful, it's the best I've ever felt, etc. etc. There's more? I was so confused and heartbroken, so I just said, well, what about me? What do you feel about me? And he straight up looked at me and said, well, you're really good at doing the dishes. My friends and I now quote this all the time whenever we're talking about our skills or progress in life, LOL. Imagine that's the same guy. What kind of villains are y'all out here meeting? I bet the guys like these are the ones that like make content that pander towards women. That's how they are behind the scenes. Why is there a trend going around objectifying women as a basketball? She's not your ball. She's a beautiful human being and deserves to be treated. Hey babe, here's that water you asked for. There's no ice in this drink. I wanted ice. Go get me some ice. Why is there a trend going around with... Probably not backhanded, but really strange. This girl I broke up with wanted to get back with me a year or so after I broke up with her. She said something to the tune of, I would really like to get back with you. This time we can have sex. I'm not a virgin anymore. I slept with a bunch of black dudes, but really I pictured you the whole time they were in me. A bunch of them. That doesn't really clarify what number, but a bunch. And they were all black. Her specifying that they're black kind of leads me to believe that the guy and the girl aren't black. I wouldn't even know what to think if somebody said that to me. You're not talking to me like that. I don't know you. Who are you? Get out of my face. I wouldn't even entertain that. That's crazy. What I find so attractive about you is that the other guys don't want you. Yo, bro. What? Haha, thanks, Brian. That didn't mess up my self-esteem for years to come. Nah, we gotta take this outside. Because what are you trying to say? How do you know they don't want me? Is it just universally agreed upon that I'm just undesirable? Did you ask every guy something just disgusting about me that you just happen to not care about, but the other guys do? That would also mess up my self-esteem for years to come. Your son is so cute. Thank God he doesn't look like you. You're not talking to me like that. That's just deliberately mean. That's not nice. You're not supposed to do that. Some creep was hitting on me and said this, Gem, you're beautiful. Bet you don't hear that often. I don't even know what he was going for when he said that. I know what he was going for. I bet he sensed the smallest amount of insecurity on her and then capitalized on that. Oh, I guess I don't really hear that often. But if you think I'm beautiful, I guess I'll go out with you. And she called him a creep. I bet he did something before that categorized him as a creep. Oh, brother. Yeah, that's not the shot. Don't ever say that to a girl. Hanging out once with my wife's friends, I heard her say, Yeah, I'm not really into attractive men. Hearing my wife say that is crazy. And she didn't say it to me. Overhearing it is low-key worse. And she wouldn't just say that out the blue. You know what I'm saying? Her friends probably been like, your boy's chopped. What's going on with that? And that was her response. Imagine being insecure about your appearance your whole life. But this woman, you love her. She's different than all the others. She loves you for who you are, how you look, inside and out. You got down on one knee, thinking that she's the one that finds you attractive after years of being rejected by your appearance. And then hearing that. I mean, it's a hollow victory because, like, let's say an attractive man does come up and try to steal your wife from you. She's apparently not into that. So you don't got to worry about anybody trying to take her from you. But dang. That's gotta hurt for real. I would say you're not talking to me like that, but she literally wasn't talking to him. Yeah, I can't even rank this one. That's just, you gotta take your L, bro. I would never go out with her friends again. You'd look good if you had a nose job. There's way better ways to put that. You're saying the rest of my features look good and I have potential, but my nose, my schnoz is just ruining my entire face. The only way you could look attractive is if you had cosmetic surgery. That reminds me of that one episode of Seinfeld when George convinced that one girl to get a nose job. His tactic was way better than this. He made it seem like it was her idea. But just saying you would look good if you had a nose job is crazy. One time I was working really hard at my tennis lesson and I thought I was doing really well. Then my coach said, nice backhand. See what they did there? Yeah, that's funny. I wish guys like you were hot so I could date them. My crush, freshman year. I want a guy like you, but not you because you look disgusting. And I know that you like me, but I'm going to tell you this anyway. I would date you. Your personality and everything are great. We have the same interests. We have the same sense of humor, but like, you're so hard to look at. You're undateable. My junior prom date said this to his mom. I know she's not pretty like the other girls I date, but she's great and I really like her. Saying that within earshot of the girl is crazy. And again, another eavesdropping one. I feel like these are a lot worse. If people talk about you behind their back and they don't think you're listening, they're not gonna hold back. I feel like if they're saying it to your face, they're gonna try to make it sound better in their head when it really doesn't sound better on the outside. But here is just like straight up without protection. Like, she's not pretty, but you know, she's cool. She's cool peoples. The way he said it, I know she's not pretty. Like he knows his mom is gonna comment on it. Like, yo, who is she? Why is she in my house? Why is that thing walking around in a dress? I know she's not pretty before you talk about how she looks like a pig in lipstick, but she is cool. You know, she's, I like her. Honestly, I wouldn't even go to the dance. That's gotta hurt. I'm sorry. Someone said your eyelashes are really long, and I said thanks, and she said, I didn't say I like them. Dang, bro, that's how you feeling? I said thank you, like that made my day. I took that as a compliment, and you saw that I took happiness from your comment, and I expressed gratitude in return. You're like, no, I'm gonna take that right from you. I didn't say I like them. No, Negro. I've said something like this along these lines before, but I'm not trying to hurt somebody's feelings. I just be trolling, you know what I'm saying? I have a few friends that wear eyelashes so long that they gotta keep on pulling them back over their head because they block their vision. Slight fighting words, like I didn't say I like them. What are you trying to do, bro? Someone once told me, you're so lucky you don't care about what people think about you. I'm still not sure if that was a compliment or a subtle insult. That definitely wasn't a compliment at all. Didn't even attempt to make it a compliment. That would just make me paranoid, make me curious. Like, should I care? Jeez. Why am I lucky? What are they saying about me that I'm lucky that I wouldn't care about? Oh, that's definitely not a compliment, but it doesn't really feel like an insult either. It's just like, it's more to just make me think, you know? It's like, dang, what are they saying about me? What do you mean by that? Your makeup doesn't look cakey today. Thank you. I get you're trying to give them a compliment. I mean, I guess you're trying. Even if somebody looks like they slathered cement on their face and it dried unevenly and it's cracking on a regular basis, I still wouldn't go up and say, it doesn't look cakey today. Find another way to say it. Your makeup looks really nice today. It's as simple as that. Dang, bro, that's how you feeling? I've seen in like media, somebody will be like, oh, you look really pretty today. Oh, so all the other days I looked a mess? But like, this is literally feeding into that response. Yeah, your makeup doesn't look cakey today. Like, where would that thought even come from? Unless my makeup did look cakey every other day. I accidentally bumped into someone at the store and I said, excuse me. He said, there is no excuse for you. See, this one, I'm gonna let this one slide because if somebody said this to me, I wouldn't even take it seriously. I would actually start laughing, to be honest. Actually, I might say that to somebody just out to spice up my life. You know what I'm saying? There is no excuse for you, but you gotta deliver it perfectly, like you're you can't laugh, you can't smile. I'm a 6'3", 250 black man, and for some reason, old 60 to 80-year-old white men keep telling me how much their grandfathers or great grandfathers would have loved me on their plantations. Let's take this outside. 80 years old, you said? They can't defend themselves. I'm 6'3", 250, and you're 80 years old? You're catching these hands. What? Let's take this outside. I wish somebody would say that to me. That's not a compliment, and I'm about to show you. You're about to lose whatever remaining teeth you have in your mouth. Don't say that to me. Looking at a girl and sexualizing her immediately is one thing, but you're like looking at me and slave-utilizing me. And those were some crazy backhanded compliments, bro. People can be so mean, but so funny at the same time. I enjoyed reading these, but I'm really excited to read you guys' savage comebacks. So go subscribe to my Patreon if you're a real one. As for next time, we're doing insane confessions. Let's go, yeah! I know it's been months since I last made one of those, and it's time. So there's a Google form in the description for confessions that you can put yours in. I'm really excited to read these new ones. Wow, yeah. Part 3 coming out soon. Don't miss it. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. If you haven't seen me eat the almond joy, go check my shorts. As always, praise God and thank him for everything he's done. And I'll see you next time.